Good morning, beloved. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Whenever it is that you are watching the broadcast, hello, 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 hello. It is wonderful connecting with you, saying hi, hello, how do you do? What is happening? What's going on with you? Blessings, 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 and more blessings I speak unto you. For those who will be live, yes, 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 let's do it. For those who will hashtag and replay it, I love it. For those who will be on and I don't know you on and I might not never know you on, I could appreciate that. And for those who will be used by God at some point down the road to encourage this girl, let's make it do what it do. Let's make it do what it do. Blessings upon blessings upon blessings upon blessings. I speak unto you. I do, I do, I do, I do. All right, all right. Let's do it. Let's do it. So, yesterday we were talking about reciprocity, and that is kind of an exchange, a give back um, for something you've been given done, Mm. some kind of agreed upon interaction, right? Reciprocity. And so, really, it's talking about how do you reciprocate for the life that you get to live, to give, to feel, to act in return. How do you act in return for the life that you get to live, right? How do we do that? How do we exchange? How do we alternate, equal, repay, respond to, correspond, recompense, reply, right? Make up for, if you will, return the compliment, square up, right? For the life that we get to live. Like, how do we do that? How do we live? Good morning, Coop Coop. Love you right back. So, the way I think that we can do it is to live the best possible life that we can, given who we are, what our experiences have been, what we've done, what we get to do, all the things to live our best possible life. And what does that look like for you, right? What does that look like for you to live your best possible life, right? Because that's what I would think is to be able to live your best possible life. Um, to give yourself that opportunity to live your best possible life. So, what does it look like? Um, we live life, we make decisions, we make the best decisions that we know to make at the time. And sometimes those decisions are really beneficial, and sometimes they come back to bite us in the butt, big chunks of bites. And sometimes they've been the exact thing that we needed, and we're so grateful for it. Either way, we've got to find gratitude. Good morning, Erica. Hey, honey bun. Love you right back. Either way, we've got to find a place of gratitude. Either way, whether we're living from the fruit of that which were not the best decisions at the time, or if we're living with the fruit of some better decisions, gratitude is appropriate. Gratitude is easier when you living in the benefits of wise choices. Gratitude is much, much more difficult, but I think more needed when you're living in the decisions of not so wise choices. So, beloved, how do we show appreciation for our life? Practicing gratitude is one way. It really is. Focusing on the solution and not the problem is another way. Giving yourself grace is a way. Serving someone, being supportive of, being with, for someone, that's another way of practicing gratitude. Well, no, showing appreciation for the life that you get to live. Eminem, y'all know, he says you get one shot, one opportunity to seize everything you ever wanted. Would you capture it or let it slip? You get one shot, only one opportunity. What you gonna do with your shot? And what was that? The Hamilton said, I'm not throwing away my shot. Not throwing away my shot. Right? We get one shot. What you gonna do with that shot? And throughout history, people have done all different kinds of things. But where are you? And do you need to pivot? And if so, what does that pivot look like? What does it look like? How do you get to pivot? How do you take those next steps that help you to have your best possible outcome of a situation? You know, how do you do that? So I'm just inviting you to, right? I'm inviting you to that. I'm inviting you to look at, to assess, to think about the fact that we get this precious, amazing, wonderful life that is ours to have, right? We get this absolutely fantastic life that's ours. And we get to decide what we are going to do with that life at any given time. Right? We get to decide what we're going to do with it. How do you show appreciation for your life? I think laughing, finding space and time to laugh, to give yourself just the opportunity to feel some internal joy, right? Find something that you can contribute to, something that you can give to that can help to make other people's lives better. What can you do that help other people to live better lives? Hey cousin, I love you. All is well. I pray all is well for you too. Yeah. What can you do that helps others to live better lives? What's your contribution to the betterment of mankind, of humankind, of the universe? Because we got to take care of the water and the plants and the solar system and all the things, or we're going to have a hard time. So, what can you do? What's yours to do in order to add to show your appreciation? Like, how do you, in just a normal life, if somebody's done something, that you appreciate, that you want, that you needed, how do you show appreciation? You say thanks automatically. You might do something for them in return. You might tell somebody of what they did. You might sing their praises, all the different things. You remember what they did. Every now and then you'll say, I really appreciate that you, da 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 da. So I'm just inviting us to do the same for life. The same for life. Because life is so precious. Life is so amazing. Life is such a gift. Life is a gift that has been given to us. And life is often not fair. Just a friendly conversation will help a person and let them know that they are valuable. Thank you, Erica. Absolutely, it will. It does all the time, right? And so life is not, what's it going to say? I don't know. But life is not always easy, but it's always worth the try. right? It's always worth the try. Good morning, Ray Price. Yes, it is hump day. It's always worth the price. So come on, get up. Get up. And I mean physically, mentally, emotionally, psychologically. Try it again. Try something else. Find something to make yourself smile. Show some appreciation to somebody. Call somebody today or send them a text and tell them that you really, if they've done something to you to make your life better, to improve your life, to whatever, just let them know how much you appreciate who and how they have been to your life, what significance they've made, what difference they made in your life. Like, share that with them. Share that with them. How they have made, thank you for the love, how they made a difference. Share it with yourself. Look, go to the mirror and say, look, girl, dude, you, person, thank you for showing up for me. Thank you for keep trying. Thank you for not throwing in the towel. Thank you for giving yourself grace, for giving us grace. Thank you for being a person of integrity. Or thank you for rebuilding your integrity. Wherever, because, we got all kind of things going on in life. Thank you for being an amazing human. Thank you for getting back up from that difficult situation. Thank you for your love, for your grace, for your mercy. Thank you for the faith that you have in yourself and in life. Right? Look, thank others, but don't forget to thank yourself. Thank God. Elohim, creator of the universe. Thank you, God. Let me tell you, I love me some Jesus, okay? I love the man Jesus. Because if you really look at the life that's chronicled that Jesus lived, I'm not talking about religion, because Jesus didn't come to establish a religion. Did not. Yes. That's not why Jesus came. Jesus came to show us, give us a pattern for transformation of life. If you I don't care what religion you is, whether you practice religion or not, but you look at historical figures, and if you find something that they've done that could be beneficial to life, you emulate it or practice it or tell somebody about it. Look at Jesus, right? Look, literally look at what Jesus did and how Jesus came. Jesus was a revolutionary, took no prisoners, came and turned the right world, the crazy world that existed, Roman rule and domination, right side up, and said there is no separation of people. No one group of people is better than another group of people. No one gender is better than another gender. There's no male or female. There's no Jew or Greek. There's no. There is a human that is valuable. And all of y'all got something to add. All of y'all are precious and all the things. So do the thing that you've been put here to do, and stop all of the nonsense. He was for the marginalized, and he went against people who were greedy and who marginalized people, and who, look, Jesus was the stuff. So I do emulate my life after Jesus, not because of the religious thing, and the religious thing has served me well. So I'm not knocking it, but I know a lot of people have really had a difficult time. The way that they were raised in their religion did not serve them well. For me, it was beneficial, and it was an anchor, and it helped me through very difficult things. And, however, as I've grown, what I really come to appreciate about it is the life, the legacy of Jesus, the historical figure, a person who we can emulate, the person, the man, right? And if we could, I mean, it's just like we will follow Martin Luther or who the other ones they always say all the time. They Gandhi, Martin Luther, and Mother Teresa, but Harriet and Madam C, and Harriet and Ida B. Okay, Ida B. And it's somebody specific that I'm trying to pull up. Fannie Lou. Okay, I'm just saying. And so I don't even know how I got on that. But hey, honey, good morning. Good to see you. Right? Live the best life you can live, regardless to the circumstances. Regardless to the circumstances. There's stuff that happens, there's stuff that comes. There are people who are out there, and I know just by being a Black woman in America, it's a whole lot of people that have a problem with just the color of my skin. They literally make judgments about me because of how I look. Some of y'all ain't lived this life, and you might think we making it up. That's your problem, your business. It's not mine to explain. This is my lived experience. I'm 63, and I have lived it and continue to live it. But you know what? I can't let that be my issue. When those experiences happen to me, what I know is that ain't got nothing to do with me. That is some nonsense. That's some propaganda. That's some lies that have been lived. Because you know how ridiculous it is to make a judgment about a person who you don't have an experience with, who you don't know, you have no history with. Like, at least look at all the history, not just the propaganda that you've been fed. Don't get me on that soapbox. That's for a whole nother platform. Anyhow, Jesus did away with all that nonsense. Jesus, the man who walked the earth, who came to upset the status quo, those who thought they were better than others, those who kept others limited and who kept others oppressed and who kept others outside of access to things, those who said others were less than human. Come on, history repeats itself. It happened in Jesus' days, in first century days, and it's happening now in 21st century days. 21st century. 21 centuries. Century is 100 years. 21 centuries later, we still repeating some of the same. I don't even curse, but right there I wanted to cuss. Fill in the blank or not. I believe in love. I believe in love. I believe in loving yourself well so that you have an overflow to give to others, even those who act up. Because love is a better energy than hate every day. Hate will kill you. It will kill you. And it will poison everything around you. Thank you for the love. So I believe in love, and I'm going to practice love no matter what happens. For me, if for nobody else, I'm going to practice love. Everybody else get the benefit. Love yourself. Love God. Or love the spirit. Love something bigger than humanity. Something greater than humanity, right? And love humanity. I love you. I appreciate you. I value you. And at the moment, God gave us our breath. Me and you, we forfeited, we relinquished. You and I, we gave up the right to not be amazing. You just simply don't have the right to not be amazing. Do the best that you can, and then decide that you're going to better that best. Do the best that you can, and decide that you're going to do better. Do better. Do better. Do better. All right. Love y'all. I got something to do. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye. Touch you in the morning.